today we're actually going to use a new probe that you haven't seen before. It's a dual range force sensor from Vernier. It's very nice in that when you apply a pressure on this end, you actually get a readout from the LabQuest that tells you exactly the force that you have in newtons. Now, to put this together, it's going to take a little bit of work. You're going to find a piece somewhere inside of, for instance, where your cart is or where your track is that has one of these little square bolts on the end of it. The nice thing about Vernier is all the bolts are threaded to the same size, so they're interchangeable. So you take this bolt off and slide it into the track up here at the top, and then there's this metal rod that actually came with the force dual sensor, and you can screw this down on so that it's tight and it doesn't move. That then becomes the support for your sensor. You then tighten the sensor down and the sensor can no longer move side to side and it's not going to fall up and down. Then for the cart, there are holes on each end of the cart. Stick your string through it and tie some simple knot, either a half hitch or a square knot. And on the other end, make a loop. I made a loop with a simple square knot that you can actually attach then to this particular hook of the pulley. And when you do that, you now have something that's actually measuring the force of gravity as it pulls on the cart. The other end of the force probe actually goes into the channel sensors this time instead of the digital sensors. And you plug it in. When you turn the LabQuest on, it comes up, and as soon as it's finished, it gives you a nice big box that actually contains a readout of the force probe as it's being pulled on. The only other point to make is that later you'll actually be hooking this motion detector. Actually, probably set it up here, right here on the top, so that you can measure the acceleration downward into the digital input of the LabQuest. And to make it easier, I disconnect the force probe before you connect it in the other one. It can work with both at the same time, but you end up getting all kinds of graphs and it might be confusing. It'd be easier to take one data point at a time. And you're going to take data by, of course, changing the angle by putting different things underneath the feet.